Hey there everybody and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu, our Call of Cthulhu 7th edition show. Joakim, what's up? So you're actually not, to repeat all you said.
So,
there we go.
you have just arrived to your warehouse hideout / torture chamber thing.
So Ivy's on lookout as the cars pull up, and she's eating a muffin because she got one from somewhere. She's clearly got one with her, and she sort of like looks back to the others who are near the witch and goes like, I think they're coming, or I think Henry's coming. I don't recognize this other car.
By the way, I'm gonna check if she's conscious.
The witch?
Yeah.
Seems to be.
She's conscious?
Yeah.
She's awake?
Yeah, but she can't do much. She's like tied up, gagged,
I'm just
blindfolded, everything.
The gun like goes to her back, like she feels it on the back of her neck. Cold, oiled Betsy. And I say, we currently have 4 guns on you. You speak when I don't ask you something. You say a word I don't understand. Or you twitch in the slightest way that gives me any kind of suspicion. And I'm blowing your fucking brains out.
I kind of like, I want to do like a little like, yeah. Like, it's like slightly less psychotic, but like, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, I've not even heard like Ivy say that they've pulled up. I'm like fucking with gun on this.
Do you want intimidation
witch.
from me?
Me?
No, I'm asking Joakim for me. You want an intimidation check?
I don't think you need to roll that, to be honest.
There we go. Okay, cool. So bring down my character sheet just to have it here. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for them to come in. I'm just open the door for them and just look at Joshua up and down. Just nod him inside.
So we enter.
Yeah, Ivy sort of steps out of your way, and like as you guys enter, looking up at your boy's character, like, well, who the fuck is this?
Joshua.
As we come in, I kind of like, I'm still hanging on the book, and I go,
I nod my head towards Henry and I extend my hand. George.
Nice to meet you, George.
Do you shake my hand or do I just...
Oh yeah,
Okay,
but I'm from way far away. Like, you're shocked because my hand just extends like way far. Like, what is this? Like,
Go get his arm extension.
yeah.
Ivy hasn't moved away from the door. She's still like on lookout, but she's watching this like huge person, like that they've just introduced themselves. Well, it's just been introduced to the group, and like the unconscious witch or whatever.
So...
and
you're gone. Sorry, gone.
and she's just munching that muffin. Just
I haven't moved or taken my eyes off the witch, so I guess like I've got my like back to you, but I'll be like Randall kind of thing. Like, I haven't seen you yet. I'm still just like eyes on the witch.
I trust Henry, so things are good for this, you're good. Now, has he briefed you? Do you know what's happening? By the way, we are severely far away from her, Joakim.
Okay.
Like she's at the end of the shooting range, like tied, and we are at the entrance. And there's radio playing.
Which shotgun is...
the 10 gauge shotgun.
Oh, he's holding the
He's
collector's
holding my
edition
jewel.
thing. Yeah,
Like, he's holding my jewel.
What have I got? What is it?
You have the
Don't scratch
rarest.
that.
Yeah, you have
You'll
the
die.
rarest shotgun. Oh yes, and you'll die.
What? If I scratch it, I'll die? What do you mean if I scratch it, I'll die? Right?
It's like his favorite gun. He bought it for like...
Oh, I see. I thought you meant there was like a fucking curse on it or something. If I fucking scratch it, I'll just drop it.
It's the same thing. Like if you scratch it, you're gonna drop
Yeah,
dead.
alright, yeah. There is a curse. So it's a 10 gauge? What does that mean? I don't know.
It does too much damage. That's basically what it means.
It's a good gun. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
One shot? Is it like a one shot thing and
No,
then like
it's
a
2 shots.
pump? or
If you're... Yeah. It's like
shots
side
on
by
the
side,
road.
I think.
good old classic looking thing.
Side by side break open kind of deal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Joshua, has Henry here told you about what's happening?
No, but I am quite intrigued.
Well, I believe, and okay, the others, if you're gonna get involved in all of this, you should know everything. Because any detail we might miss might be vital. And Joakim, do you want me to go through the whole story? I'm literally gonna do the recap I just did this session, like 2 words him.
So then you can just skip it over because
Yeah,
it's just repetitive. So
Everything. Like I do not omit anything.
Witches. Well, I've had some run-ins with witches in my business, but this should be fun. What would you need me to do here?
Well, if you can help us with any of your knowledge, that'd be great. If you have any in the witching business. Besides that, we need to figure out a plan together to steal the said book I told you. And figure out what the fuck we do with her.
Well, let's just ask her some questions then.
You good at this?
Well, I'm better at listening.
Okay, so who wants to ask the questions?
Careful, she's tricky! Ivy calls from like across the room.
I think I'd be better off keeping the gun on her. I have a sharp eye. I'm gonna stand over on here. Maybe her spells don't extend that far, so if I see something weird happening, I can shoot it from here.
Well, will someone step up?
Anyway,
Are you like all the way over by me yet?
anyway, you went into the room. You have the book. You might know most.
I mean, all I saw was the book, and there's a 5-pointed star on the floor. She's a witch. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Okay, then I just said like I just take a seat at the table.
So she's unconscious right now?
No, she's conscious.
No, she's away.
I'm gonna take a seat at the table opposite. Like I'm currently watching her from like this part of the room. Take aim at the witch, and I'm just gonna look at all of you. Okay, just sit down. Like there's a couple of other tables near this, other chairs near this metal table, and just figure out what you want to ask her.
Chair looks like, if I take a seat, it looks like I'm sitting on a baby like a baby chair.
Like your knees come up to your chin.
Yeah, I'm just like huge. It looks like I'm on a trike.
Like as your boy comes over, because I'm a size 75.
No, he doesn't go. We're back. We're in the back. We're not
I
talking.
was gonna say I actually want to stand up and like see someone bigger than me for once.
Yeah.
When it happens, like I'll ready that action. I'm still gonna just be sat there like eyes on the witch until.
I'm also gonna sit down, like, kind of away from everyone, like into like closer to one of the corners, and I'm just gonna flick the book open and start just looking through while everyone's.
okay, so
Just watching the entrance. Just watching the entrance.
yeah. So which skill is most fitting for like identifying language? Maybe like anthropology? Maybe.
There's
Language
language.
own, is it?
There's language there.
Cryptography?
Anthropology could work.
Yeah. I think in cryptography could be better because you basically
Cryptography is
a language
that's
is
math.
Well, it could be history actually. History or something else.
I'm just gonna.
I mean, is it in? I think it's in a foreign language. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I guess it depends if it's used still or not. You know.
I'll take this opportunity again to apologise if my dog's making weird noises. I don't know what's up with him, but he's on one. Alright, that's cool. He's on my lap now, so he's going to probably chill out a bit. But you know when dogs just get on one and they're just crazy, and that he's just in that mood, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I don't know which skill to use.
I'd say appraise or language own, but that's
appraise might be it.
because there's language other exists.
Oh yeah, but language other is knowing that language.
Right. Okay.
Like,
so
so-
recognize the language. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just recognizing. Should we just go with anthropology, or do you have any better ideas? Maybe like simple education. Maybe an education role.
Oh, an
Just
education.
went straight education. We could do
That
that.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, we could just do straight up education. There probably is a skill for it, but we're going with education now.
Awesome.
Okay. You just want me to roll it then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Awesome. There you go.
The book is in Norwegian.
And for some reason you can speak Norwegian.
Yep.
Norwegian skills.
That's in my background. After the war, I spent like 4 years in Norway.
Nice.
Let me just.
There we go. Cool. So
I'm just
what?
gonna. The title of the book, you can still read it. It's Svarte Boken.
The what?
Yeah.
Svarteboken?
Oh, I look at it. There's a good question.
book.
I have.
That's exactly what it means.
Fucking right. See, I do know Norwegian.
Role-playing bonus there. I mean,
Yep.
So
I
guys,
have the black book.
If the other book that we're looking at is in that mansion, now the guy Henry something, who was his name?
Herman Adler.
Herman Adler, yes, told us that he knew only of this book being in existence. She might know if there's any other book that contains the 4th secret chapter.
Go ahead.
We should ask her that. That's like literally one of the questions that literally like sitting at this table with you.
Wait, okay. Are we not sitting? I think I'm maybe confused about where we are now. Are we not in the room with her?
We are in the same room, but this is a warehouse.
We're far away.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. I get you. Yeah, I mean, we can ask her. We can ask her all these kinds of things. Like anything that's been weird, we can ask her about. She might actually know something.
I want to figure out the questions before we go there. We need to pose ourselves as threatening and not just knuckling at straws.
Well, maybe she'd respond better if we were nice to her. You two are bakers, right? I mean, maybe cook her something nice.
You do realize that we literally just said a word and she set invisible hounds on us and tried to turn me to cinders.
Doesn't mean people can't change, George.
I'm not saying people can't change, but I'm saying, do you really trust somebody that we shot, knocked unconscious, to not turn us to cinders when she can't just do it in a couple of words?
She didn't try to turn me to cinders.
Yeah, why don't we send in Mr. Good Cop? She's never met him before.
I'm gonna stay over here, okay?
That's a good idea, actually. Just figure out a couple of questions we want to ask her here, see if there's anything in that book, and then we just send one of us to go talk to them and actually ask her.
I mean, there's not going to be much use of this book because it's clearly Norwegian and none of us know Norwegian. I'm looking at the pictures and I just keep on flicking through.
So you're saying she needs to speak to cast spells, correct?
She can do it with her mind as well. That is why I'm gonna be staying in here, far away.
So why aren't you cinders right now?
She can only do the cinders thingy with words. There's some spells that go with mind, some spells with words. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a witch, and I can't speak Norwegian. But
well, then I'll have her write her answers down, and I'm gonna pull out my pen and paper.
Okay, make sure she's facing the wall when she does that. I do not want to know I'm here. I mean, just like a motion to Randall to like switch her chair around.
Yeah, she just like
I'm like, hell no, because I don't know that she uses her words when I saw her do some shit with her fingers, so I think it's her hands.
Yeah, but her hands are tied.
I don't care.
Okay, then I'm gonna go.
The fucking hands, like she can still, like she can do, like fucking Naruto can do his thing.
Do I know? I mean, I probably know things about witches. I mean,
Occult 60, probably.
You guys have to realize, like, every person who wants to do a fucked up burial, like, I don't give a shit. It's a business, man, so I do it without questions asked. So I've run into all sorts of weird shit. So I probably know something or other of multiple people. So
can I like motion Chuky over?
I start walking over.
And do I know anything about witches?
You can roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll my occult.
I'm gonna, as he does, I'm gonna turn around the chair.
Oh my god.
Can I, like, as you come over, be like, are you sure you don't?
You can use 8 luck points for that. That's not much.
How much luck do you have?
Yeah, how much?
60.
That's loads. You can use 8 of that.
For knowledge of witches, I think I'm gonna save it.
Okay.
There's better uses for that.
Randall, what do you want?
Are you sure you want to turn around? Like, her hands were doing some crazy shit back at that house.
Well, she'll have a pen in her hand, so I'm not worried.
There's someone else here. I'll I'll stand up, but I'm still gonna have the gun pointed, and then I'm gonna look up at someone, possibly for the first time ever.
No, you'll turn around and you'll look down and you'll look directly into his belly and be like, oh.
I think part of my size is out though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist, your boy?
No. This was explained to me that you're. Yeah, I know exactly.
That fucking dude in the apron is just what I look like. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to realize you're much more muscular than me. I'm just bone structure huge,
So
I'm like a bit of muscle.
You guys know that scene where that guy meets General Armstrong?
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
The tears, yeah.
That's literally what I'm expecting at Joshua.
Oh, absolutely. I've been bullied all my life about
I'll give you a nod so I don't take my hands off the gun and be like, nice to meet you, or whatever. But I'm a bit more interested in the witch and George at the moment. Almost obsessively so, some would say. But yeah, are you sure you want to turn her around? Because her hands...
Yeah, Joshua's gonna be in front of her. You're gonna be behind her. I'm gonna be just at the table over on there. If she does anything...
I'm not in front of her yet. Hold up.
Yeah, you will be.
I gotta wait.
We should be whispering this, yeah.
We are whispering this.
By the way, it's at this point that Ivy just walks over from the door, you can hear her walking across the warehouse, echoey space sort of thing. Comes over and she's like, "What the hell is taking so long?" We have somebody tied up in a goddamn chair.
Please calm down.
Easy, take it easy, Ivy.
Yeah, I'm like, Ivy, just go back to the door. I don't want to be like a sexist pig, but it's 1920, so it would be very
There's a couple of
she just goes
on the table. You can have them if you want to.
What was the rule about cars? Do they need keys, or was it just a crank and every car works? What did we say it was?
Depends on which car it is. The T4 is crank started, I think, but others
most of them would require
pretty much has a button. They're really weird. Yeah. So I think the ignition thing, keys for ignition, not a thing yet.
Well, then as Ivy's walking away, I'm gonna back up a little bit and grab her arm and just be really quietly under my breath, if any weird shit goes down, just get in the car and drive away. Don't wait for anyone, not even me. Just get in the car. If it all hits the fan again, now go over to the door, and then I go back to the witch.
You just hear her say to you quietly back, as you're turning away. She just goes just let's deal with this,
Yeah. And I'm just leave it to me.
And heads back towards the door.
Okay.
Once again, on lookout.
Flicking through the book. I don't know how big the book is or how long it would take me to just flick through. If I'm not reading anything, I'm just looking at pictures or whatever. I'm just gonna sit there until I've been through the whole thing.
Okay.
Or I get distracted, I guess.
It's pretty thick and it has a lot of old pictures depicting the black man and other strange creatures.
Okay. I'll let you decide how long that is that I'm there for then, while they do their thing.
Yeah. So...
Are we going? Are we doing this? Well, shall we?
Yeah. And I go back to the table and just put a hand on Joshua, take care.
I'm going to...
I aim.
So Joshua's going to walk over to her back where Randall is with the gun. And I'm going to really creepily, the side of my embalming knife, just the side, so it doesn't actually cut her, up on her arm, hello there, it's nice to meet you. Now, please, let's make this easy now, and no funny business. And I'm trying to charm her. So I'm gonna roll.
With a knife?
I'm creepy. I'm dude, I cut people's bodies, man.
No, I know. It's just the idea of you walking up to someone and being So, how would you like to go for a
cold,
drink
man.
together? And just like hold your drink.
Again,
So I was about to say that it's a hard roll, but you completed
Did
that
it.
anyway, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
it worked. She loves his creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, ooh.
I'm charming. So can I feel? You know, I know from my knowledge of like the human body, I can kind of feel when a body's tense or loose. You know, what can I feel from her positioning right now? Do I see that she's trying to break out of the binds?
No, she's not. She's relaxed.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put a paper down right in front of you with a pen. I want you to write your answers for me, okay? And I'm going to hold her wrist with one hand. I can do everything from behind her, by the way. I am assuming because of my size. So I'm going to grab her wrist and put a pen in it. And then
So you have untied her hands, like,
oh, were her hands tied?
yeah.
Everything was
I'm gonna untie one of her hands then.
I have a problem with this, but I only make looks at George.
I'm gonna just motion. Get Joshua to go in front. I cannot shoot her if he's in the way.
I'm not in the way.
You're in the way because you're from behind her. And
Doesn't Randall have a gun at her?
But from behind as well. I was like pointing
Yeah,
at
I'm literally, I can do this from any angle. Like, I'm not gonna get in the way from your gun. Like,
Cool.
it's really, I'm that size where I can be from like a diagonal, where I'm just like over her like a puppet master dealing with this. So, yeah.
I'll
So I
angle myself to be able to aim at like the
So-
small of her back or something.
Yeah.
If Chucky's aiming at her head.
yeah. And so I only untie one hand, and I put the pen in there like first and close her hand, and then untie it, and she has the pen on the paper. Did that all go smoothly? Okay, well, I'm going to have you answer some questions. First off, we want to know about a secret chapter hidden in a book. First, without anything specific, could you answer anything, regarding to this? Does this ring a bell for you? Does she start?
She just writes a question mark.
I'm gonna throw more like concerned looks at Chucky.
I'm gonna write down the name of the book. What was the book, Joakim?
Malleus Maleficarum.
Marius Maleficarum, the 4th chapter. You're gonna hand it to Joshua.
I'm sorry, let me get more specific now for you. Specifically, Malleus Maleficarum, the 4th chapter. Does that help?
She like writes, "Are you stupid?" Like question mark.
Well, that is quite rude of you. Please, let's keep this civil. Do you know?
And it looks like she's had a really hard time writing while she's blindfolded.
Yeah, I don't care.
Like really terrible handwriting.
Yeah. I got forgery skill. We can get there if I need to. Are you purposely denying me the answer to the question, or is that why you're calling me stupid?
She's gonna hear a gun cocking. Like she's gonna like,
Relax, George, please. Relax.
She writes, "Don't you know what that book is?"
No. Well, why don't you tell me?
She writes, "Ungag me."
Can we see this? Can me and George see this, or is it just?
I'm
You
pretty
can't
far
see
away.
the
I'm pretty
writing.
far away.
Yeah.
Unless like,
I really have a good angle on it. Well, how do I have your assurance that you won't try anything? Let me tell you, I'm quite an expert with chemicals. I could make you go away that would be quite grueling. So please, let's just keep this civil, okay?
So
Can I whisper to
Does she
Chucky?
say anything?
no, she's
Or-
just waiting for you.
She doesn't do anything.
Oh.
Okay. Please, can I have a confirmation? And why would I ungag you right now? Give me some sort of something to work with here, I've heard about your spell casting.
She writes so I can explain this easier.
Well, this isn't a situation where this should be easy for you. I think you understand.
We have all the time in the world, darling.
So she writes Malleus Maleficarum the best she can with her eyes blindfolded, so it's terrible. But then an equal sign and the witch hammer.
I'm going to. I'll be just a moment, witch. Thank you. I'll be right back. And
You call her witch?
Yes.
I'll be just a moment, witch.
And I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna ask, what's the witch hammer? Do you know anything of the witch hammer?
Have you tied a hand back
The
up?
4th chapter.
Nope. No, No.
I want to grip her hand and tie it back up.
Okay.
There we go, Brad. Good
Weren't
job.
you far away though?
No, she's right behind him.
No, I
I'm-
was.
Oh, okay.
He's
that's
right
fine.
behind. Remember,
Okay.
I'm over her, and
I'm very
I
far
get it.
behind.
Yep.
I see the Malleus Maleficarum, the 4th chapter is supposed to have a secret on breaking curses. I'm guessing curses is witch business, so maybe that chapter deals into how to stop witches as well. We need to find out if there's any other location of a book like that.
I want to say like I don't trust that her hands are untied. Like your answer, mostly you're asking her closed questions. Like we can just make her nod her head. Just ask her yes and no shit until we need something specific. Then we don't need to untie her hands because it's freaking me out.
So
she hasn't done. I'm sure she would have done something by now.
she's waiting. Trust me, she's waiting for it.
Well, yeah, we don't know.
I think she quite likes me. Thank you. She may not like you guys, but I wasn't there when she tried to kill you.
Nonetheless, I believe a group of very powerful witches would, if they would know where the location of a book like this is, they would keep it safe instead of destroying it. So we might need to pry that information out of her.
Joshua,
Let me ask her about it first.
hold on. You said that you've like met witches and stuff before?
Of course.
Have you seen the photo?
The photo.
Henry's photo.
I haven't developed it yet. You wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh shit! You didn't bring the original one.
Nope.
Oh shit! I was gonna see if you recognize.
What is the photo of?
We have a photo of a photo that we need to develop, and there are some people in it, and you should see if you can identify
Well,
them.
let's get there when we get there. Let me go back to my friend witch.
Do you think they can find us as well? Since you know so much, do you think other witches can find other witches?
That is beyond me, and I'm sure that could be witch to witch. I don't know what sort of bonds she's made with them, I'm sure. Let's deal with what we have at hand. You know, watch the door, of course. And
Eyes on the door.
And I'm gonna so now I'm gonna untie her hand. Well, I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I'm glad to be back, witch. You know, now that I'm referring, we're sort of on a name basis. Could I please have your name?
Have you guys told?
Yeah, I told him everything. Everything.
Okay, so it's Ingrid Stenborg.
Good. That's Clarence's sister. Oh, thank you, Ingrid. I feel like in a different situation, you and I would have been very good friends. Now.
Wait, that's actually canon. That is actually Clarence's sister.
No, it's just Ingrid that happened to be the same name.
Yeah.
I was going to say, damn. Okay.
That's why she tried to kill you guys. She recognized Clarence's car.
Stop thief. Turn them to dust.
Well, Ingrid, So, would you be a doll and please tell us the location of the witch hammer?
She writes, I don't know if she is still capable of writing. Did you untie her again?
Yeah, I re-untied her hand, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you not know, or are you not telling me? And I have my hand on her shoulder, and I want to feel if she's tensing up when I asked her that question.
She's not. She's relaxed.
Okay. Yeah. So I asked her if she knew where the location was again, and if she was lying to me.
I don't know. That's what she's writing in. Or rather, she circles the. I don't know.
Well, Ingrid, why don't you be helpful and tell me who may know?
She just taps the pen on the I don't know again.
Ingrid, what's the best case scenario for here? You know, if it's killing us all, please just tell me, we can be honest here. But what do you want? What do you want out of this situation?
To leave.
And once you leave, what would you do?
Like, go home.
Well, this is sure interesting. Give me a moment. I'm going to talk to my friends, and I'll retie her hand this time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna go ask. Well, she seems like she really doesn't know where the location of this book is. Do you guys have any confirmation that she would?
No, we don't. But simply knowing the name, I think, is a. Well, put it like this.
We also now know that it's called the Witch Hammer, which seems to be something that may have more references.
Well, they know that the German version is called the Hexenhammer, so it's.
We knew that. Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, well, I can't think about anything else. I think we should just take down the extra weight.
What?
Can I point my gun towards like her? I think that we're done with it.
Please hold. She was quite cooperative with me. Why don't I just put her to sleep for a week?
Can you do that?
That's up to my biology skill.
Might be 5 minutes, might be forever.
I'm really glad I'm not listening to this conversation because...
Yeah, so I read in biology I have the ability to through herbal discovery for different properties, and I think I've learned of a way to make a sleep herb, and I have a mortar and pestle and stuff with me, and I inject it through a syringe. So I'm gonna try and successfully make that. I'm gonna try and do that. We could say for a period, like if I'm shooting for a week, that's probably the max I could do, and that would probably a higher success,
a week with
like a crazy success. Like I need a
maybe if you crit, yeah,
if I crit, and otherwise
maybe,
you will probably get.
Are you sure you can do this? Because if she wakes up, and secondly, if we don't store her here, we can either store her at the bakery, or if we don't store her at the bakery,
why did it reroll charm? What? Oh no,
we don't really have a place to store her.
I can always put her in a coffin or something. I mean, please, let's just see how this herb turns out, and if I feel unconfident with it, then you guys do what you do. Please.
My head.
Like this is like out of character, but what are we gonna do with her anyway?
Kill her.
Well, no. We don't want to. Like, I want to maybe interject in character and be like, look, I kind of want to put her down as well, but we need her for the trade.
We don't need her. We need her for the trade if we can summon the demon, but the demon can only be summoned with other 13 witches. How you're gonna get 13 witches to summon their own? Go on, sorry.
She has said that she would totally do it for you if you just agreed on her terms.
Yeah, she said she's gonna do it.
She
The
said
terms? You guys probably told me the terms already. What was the terms?
That the deal would be made, like, you basically send one of the twins to be sacrificed, and the devil will make up the deal, and it will be completely on his terms.
And we were going to just be like,
not
okay,
option.
do that, and then be like, take the witch instead. That was kind of the plan, I thought.
Yeah, but we can't do that, so that's not an option because we don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna, while they're just discussing, I'm gonna just roll. I'm pounding some herbage.
Resident Evil.
Wow.
He just
Whoa.
quit. He just fucking quit. That's my boy.
That's
my boy.
extreme success. It's not a crit, but it's extreme success.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Quickly use the power of herbs. The secret herbs and spices.
Please be careful. You do not want to smell this.
Yeah.
It may put you to bed too. I heard you're bakers. Maybe we could put this in some bread and sell it for money, maybe, or something. I don't know. I'm going to go give this to her now, and I put it in a syringe, and I'm sure I know where to put it. I mean, so I'm going to say, well, Ingrid, it's been so wonderful reading what you said to me. I'm going to let you sleep for a while. No, don't worry. It's not a permanent sleep. Just a little while. And I'm going to inject her.
Yep. So you inject it into her vein or whatever, and you think she will be out for a couple of days.
Totally. So 2 days, 3 days, exactly. That's
It's herbal stuff, so it's really hard to tell. It's not
He
like
thinks he did it good.
He done did it.
Yeah. I'm sure I know when the smell is mixed right is probably how I'm determining it. So
Joshua, I still believe that one of us should stand guard on her. I trust your abilities. I just don't trust her weird supernatural constitution.
I'm gonna take George's hand and I'm gonna start pulling him over with me, and I want to is there some way I would be able to show him by touch that she was sleeping? I mean, I'm sure she's slumped.
no.
Maybe
brought
her heartbeat.
Yeah, it's slowed down, and I'm sure, George, you can see that she's just fast asleep. This is going to be the state of her for a while. I have a coffin, in the back, and I'm sure I can arrange back home for some air holes to be added to one of them. And,
I nod my head. That seems like a pretty good idea. Well, now unfortunately, we are down to our only option left. I could do the others. We need to get in the old lady's house and steal the book. Now,
Son of a bitch.
there's one of two ways to do this. I have the key, and I know which window to get inside of the library. If one of us here is adept with lockpicking, then that'd be
not much.
That'd be very easy.
We also have guns, bro.
Have we all joined back up to do this? We're back at the table.
At the
or whatever?
table, yeah, we're back at the table.
Okay.
All of us?
Did I get through the book in that time?
Yeah, I did.
Was there anything interesting, pertinent to what's going on? Weird as fuck? Did I lose any sanity? Did I gain any
If you
sanity?
knew Norwegian, you would have probably lost sanity and.
Oh,
gained
Henry, I
information.
think you should get that book to. I completely forgot his name again.
Joshua.
Herman Adler.
Herman Adler.
No.
If he knew what, he would have lost sanity.
If you knew Norwegian.
Yeah. So the pictures out of context is not enough to scare him.
Yeah.
Or at least
Do I gain
get a
sanity
dictionary.
for being ooh, with my precious thing?
That's if you spend an entire month with it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Get a dictionary then.
I feel like Joshua should look at the book.
Does
He
Joshua
seems to know his
Norwegian?
shit. Him and George are the only two people here that
I
have
don't
that.
know Norwegian.
Yeah, none of us know Norwegian.
I do.
And I'm so
I recognize a picture in there or
I
something.
mean, recognize things in pictures though.
Okay, so what's the plan? I know the way out. We have the key, and
that was it. So if we're gonna go and see this woman, I have to go and see her anyway to develop the pictures and be like, hey, look, here's the pictures I took, so that can act as a distraction. If you guys want to go in the back window or something and be really creepy, I can draw her out the front door.
again.
Why don't we just slow down, everyone, and let's slow down. Let's look at what we're dealing with. You guys want to immediately go from an interrogation to breaking into someone's home.
Well,
we
there's
know
not
about
much we
this
can
witch
do.
hammer. Is there no research?
And we're on a bit of a time limit. Like, she could wake up at any point.
Yeah,
We have about, I would say, 2 to 3 days.
It's not about that, Joshua.
I believe you if she wasn't
Randall
fucking
over
throwing
here-
spells at us.
Randall and Ivy over on here, they've been having very bad visions, and it's only getting worse. They're actually suffering physical harm from it. Soon, I think it's gonna be even worse than that. We need to move fast.
I feel like at this point, like, me and Ivy probably look like a bit fucking tired, like a bit strung out, a bit wired. Like I'm just knee jerk. I'm at the point where everything is just knee jerk reaction. Like, we need to do this now. I'm scared of that fucking witch. I'm scared of you. You know too much.
Ivy's definitely sort of on the end of her string, so to speak.
I'm like trying to hold it all together, but it's making me like a bit like dickish. And overreactive. Like, I'm up for like taking the fucking book. Like,
Now,
we just put
the
on,
only
we put
problem
on fucking
is
balaclavas and just knock on that door and
the
take the fucking book.
safe is very big. Secondly, there's a lot of servants around the house. If we shoot, it's most likely gonna call the police very soon. And thirdly, I think the key is on her person. So we need to find a way to get her inside of the library.
Wait, did she see you last time?
Oh, I shake my head no.
But someone must have done.
Henry.
Me.
They spent
A
all
servant
together.
or whatever for you.
Oh, yeah, it's a servant head.
So they know your face, but they don't know like mine, Ivy's, and Joshua's. So when he goes back, one of us could just pretend to be his assistant, and then while he's distracting the woman, we go and let you in the back window, or whatever. Because I'm like full on believing that you're like Nathan Drake at this point, so I'm not forgetting you in the fucking house to do your shit.
Like the only problem is, again, I do not have any skills with locks. It would be an issue to open that lock. We can open the door to the library, but that's about it.
So what?
I have some sort of skill with locks, and it's not much. And also, I am very, you probably can see, inconspicuous. Me being on the premises is probably going to be an issue of some sort.
Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to sneak in through a window either.
The windows were pretty tall. I don't think that's going to be an issue sneaking through
It's
the window.
less tall and more wide, and you see my shoulders are like fucking like.
My
Like the size of a house.
my impression of the windows, it was like one of those double windows. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So just describe the window. Like, I think it's gonna fit. Like, even like this, he's gonna fit. You know what? There's another way we could do this. If you're strong enough, we can carry that shit out. But that's gonna be harder. That's gonna be a lot
He's not
harder.
muscular, he's just big. It'd be more likely that Randall could carry it out.
I might. These are the ways to do it. And
I feel like if we're going to carry it out, we're going to get busted anyway. So if we're going to carry it out, we might as well just have her open it at gunpoint.
okay,
To pretend it's a routine burglary in the middle of the
To be honest,
night.
there's another two options. One that is a bit too romantic in my idea to actually work. I think that if we actually sit her down and tell her the truth, maybe in some extreme case, she'll actually help us.
I'd like to get paid for the party pictures before any of this happens. Just so we know.
You can get paid. You can get paid, but
I did my time. I want my money.
or secondly, we can make her open at gunpoint. Now, my personal approach would be go with the combination of the two. We should go in and tell her the situation, and if she helps us, that's great. But if she doesn't, then we take out the shotgun and then we make her get us there.
No fucking way. You can't like, it's one or the other. She'll just recognize us and we'll be arrested the next day.
Yeah.
She'll recognize
We either
us.
go in with like fucking shit covering our faces, like a pair of stockings or whatever, and we just, because she wouldn't know. The first thing that a robber's gonna do, we bust in and we're like, give us your money to open that safe. She's not going to think we're specifically after the book or whatever.
A good idea could be.
The book is in the library. Like the safe is in the library.
The safe is in.
Doesn't matter. It's a safe. If I see a safe, I'm thinking there's money in there.
Fair enough.
How many stories is this building, and how big is it?
I'm gonna like give him the layout because I explored the whole thing.
It's a very large 2-story building.
But the library was on the first floor, right? Because he just hopped out the window.
Seems too big for mustard gas, sadly.
No one wants. I don't want to shoot her. I don't want to actually kill anyone. I just want to like scare them into giving us the book.
Yeah, but
it seems we have two options here. We either take and they're both a gamble. We either take the kind of kind approach, the good route. This has turned very fable, but we go good or we go bad.
I believe that whatever we do, if Henry comes with us, he's gonna recognize him, even with a.
Well, that's why I'm gonna go in first and get paid. I don't care what you guys are doing.
Anyway, maybe try and approach her and see if she would be interested in helping. Maybe just tell a story of something like that.
No, she's not interested in anything I have to say anymore. Not after last time. I may have pressed a little bit.
Like I think George is on something here. Like plan A, plan B. We have team A.
Yeah, I believe that
Henry plus assistant tries to get in.
I believe one plan here is the wrong way to approach it. I think we should try both. That's what I believe. If you all vote on Ivan and Randall, you guys are the ones in trouble.
Ivy still isn't within earshot. I'm assuming you guys are just like having this car. Oh,
yeah, we're all together.
We are all at the table.
Okay, how about this? So I go in. I want to get paid. So I go in. I'm going to start chatting to her. We'll talk about business, and then you guys just come in anyway. You storm the place, and I'll be the scared. Oh God, we're being robbed. This is crazy. And maybe we'll form a bond. And if nothing goes well, then maybe we can have some kind of conversation. Or you can kill her, and I'll just hide. Whatever.
Shit, I don't want to care.
If you're gonna kill her, it's
she's an innocent person.
Yeah, no one's talking about killing her. This poor old woman. We just really need the book, and we need it quick.
We need the book, and you know what? Maybe.
And you fucked it up once. You tried. Didn't get the book.
She knows about the book, so she knows something. She must know something. So maybe she knows exactly what curse is happening to you, Ivy and Randall. If you guys show your faces, might be able to convince her that you actually need her help, and she might.
Yeah, or she might be a fucking witch.
Or she might be a fucking witch.
The monster's dead.
In the picture, Joakim?
Huh?
Was she in the picture on the wall?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. So these are the two plans. I don't have any other ideas. If you guys have any other ideas, feel free. But I think there's an actually good chance that she might help us, seeing as she possesses this valuable book and actually knows its value.
What time is it, Joakim? In the world?
It's evening. It was afternoon when you started.
Like late evening, like too late to knock on someone's door. Like this is a friendly visit.
You can probably knock on her door, like maybe 6, 7.
How about because my fear is that this servant that you freaked out and clearly
freaked out.
She's just going to ID you straight away. The servant that you
paid
and you didn't return the key. This servant's going to be like, that's the dude that got.
That's a good point. That servant might be gone. He might be fired.
But he's still got the key though.
Right, but the servant wouldn't recognize him because he got fired.
Did he though? We don't know.
Maybe.
We don't know that.
Well, what I'm saying is I don't think George should go. Or at least should not be at the door.
I don't have any reason to go if we go with the first plan. If we go with the second plan, storming in, then I'm the best man to go.
I know. I think George. I think you should stay here with the witch.
No, I'm going to take care of the witch.
No, I shake my head. I trust Joshua. I think in the worst case scenario, I'm gonna be a couple 1 or 2 blocks away with a car. So
I don't trust that fucking witch.
You guys decide.
Awake, asleep. I'm gonna be fucking scared if we put a bullet in her. To be honest.
Yeah.
So you guys.
Like Joshua, no offense, but you weren't there. You didn't see the fucked up shit that went down. I know it's oh, she's asleep and you're gonna put her in a coffin, but
Well, that's why I'm dealing with her. What do you have to be afraid of? If
you might not, you might just think that you've put her in a coffin, and she's just completely like voodooing.
Doubt me. You're offending me right now.
No, I think you know your shit. I've never seen anything like this, and this. I don't know. I like the idea of having a gun on her, even though she's asleep, or a gun near her.
But Randall, we'll have to take the risk here. I think that this is vital, and if we don't get the book, then it's all going down. So, you guys should decide. I think you, Ivy, Randall, you're the ones who hired us. You're the ones with the curse. Overall, we can walk out of this, me, Joshua, and Henry over on here, and nothing will ever happen to us. But you guys are the ones who are gonna suffer from this. So you guys should decide which way we take this.
I think if she wakes up, she's not just going to stop at us two. I think you're fairly well roped in.
I'm talking about the mansion. Like, how do you want to approach the mansion?
Let's get the book as expediently as possible.
I want to get the book quick, and I think I'm down for going and telling her the truth. If you think that's going to work, and if it doesn't work, we walk out. You walk in with a gun.
I'll need Joshua. Okay, Joshua, are you up for something like that? If the case needs, I'll need somebody with me.
My skills in such a thing aren't that great. I could help blow the building up for you.
Well, we're not trying to shoot anybody. I do not want to kill anybody. You do look threatening, so that's mainly the thing.
Does he look threatening though? Because he's like weird and lanky, and
I'm actually not that threatening.
He's more like freak show big, right?
I'm gonna odd. Let me give you an example. Extend your hands.
Yeah, okay.
Just give him the shotgun. See, threatening. Like with the shotgun, I take the shotgun. Non-threatening. Put the shotgun back.
How about this, right? How about we send in? How about Joshua goes and gets a freaking coffin that we can lock the witch in, right?
That's what my plan is.
Yeah. We take the car to the place. What's her name, this woman? What's it, the old woman with the book?
Oh, right. Give me a moment.
We take the car to her place, and then Ivy and Henry go in, because Ivy's way less threatening than either of us. They speak to her.
I'm going in, like, beside all of you. Like, I'm going on my own to get...
Yeah. But you go in with Ivy, and then Ivy, you just tell this woman the truth.
This is a very good idea.
Just tell her the truth and see if she lets you look at the book.
Present evidence. We need to present evidence. That would make my...
Me and you don't go in. Me and you sit in the car. And if they come out and say she's not having the book, or if any crazy witch shit goes down, we bust in with the guns.
I don't want to tie...
I'm way more intimidating looking than...
I don't want to tie me actually doing business work to this crazy shit. This is now like me making money, and I'd like to get my money without being like, oh, by the way, crazy stuff. This is why I was here the first time, because then she won't pay me.
Yeah, you get your money.
I was like blatantly trying to spy on her.
And do it after.
Oh, woe is you, Henry.
I like getting paid for the work I do. Okay, that was a good.
You like dying too, Henry.
Get your money, and then you get Ivy in, and you just tell her you want to talk to her about something.
Once the money's in your pocket, who gives a shit? Then you let Ivy speak.
Deal.
All right, sure.
Let's go then.
And then plan B, when that doesn't happen, we go in.
Let's have a hope.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then Joshua, you're going to be okay seriously with this witch by yourself?
Well, it's decided.
I'm going to bring her back. All I need to do is go and get my carpenter to drill some holes in here, and then I'll bring her towards the area where you are.
Okay.
Well, where are we storing her? I thought you were taking her.
I'm storing her roped up body in a coffin. And
where are we putting the coffin?
In my hearse. The car that I drove here with.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
I think you should develop the witch picture. I think that would be good evidence.
I'll be developing everything, but yeah, okay.
Just develop that and give it to Ivy. That'd be a good piece of evidence. Bringing in a random person to show, just a random gag person in a coffin to show to somebody else is weird, but showing that she's an actual witch.
Well, you're taking the fucking... You're just going to drag in this bound-up woman as an evidence of a witch. wasn't part of the plan. I thought we were just going to tell her. She's not going to fucking listen to us.
That's what you're saying. Bringing a woman in a coffin is weird. Showing a photo is much more plausible.
That's literally what
We'll just tell her. Photo of 13 women is not going to make any difference. I could give it any old photo of 13 women.
13 women in the book, and that book, and just point to the book that Henry has. Like, if she is into books and if she understands the value of the book she has, she's gonna understand what this book is.
But it's going to take all night for him to develop a photo, or we could go right now.
I think that it's your decision, Randall. You're the ones that are gonna have the.
We go right now.
Ivy's just like, she just looks, I don't know, like, she just looks irritated by the entire thing. Like, let's just as fast as possible.
I'm panicked as shit. I have got a doom counter over my head here. My sister has a doom counter over her head. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I can guarantee that after what we've been through.
Well, then, give me the address right here. Write the address down, and I'll meet you guys there soon.
Not in my head. And I think we should cut to fade to black here and take a small break.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys on the other side.